The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, Connor Bedard did not have a point last night, ending his season-opening three-point streak with 1 goal and 2 assists for the Blackhawks, but they won, and that's all that matters. A lot of players say, my personal stats don't matter. He's 18 years old. He's happy to get a win. I'm sure he wanted a point, but,
I would want my stats, too.
Yeah, it's selfish to want your stats and get awards for yourself over the team.
That's fine. I love trophies. I would love an award.
I don't think he's that way. I think he's a very nice boy.
Okay, we'll see.
They beat the Leafs 4-1. One more at the Avalanche this Thursday before the Blackhawks home opener against the champs, the Golden Knights. Saturday night, the Madhouse is going to be rocking on the west side.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's a big matchup. Bedard has been everything he's been hyped up to be so far. I'd like to know how many crew members are going to that game at the UC, the home opener, because it will be a zoo. It's
going to be out of control. You want to go, Kenzie? You want to try to get in there?
It's so chilly at those games, even when you're inside,
Yeah.
which bothers me about hockey.
Yeah. It has to be.
All right, just got from the outside and still cold. I don't like it.
I mean, there has to be ice. I mean, they got to have it.
I lived in Minnesota, and I think I only went to 2 hockey games.
Is that right?
And that's the culture up there.
I know. See, when I lived in North Carolina, though, my brothers played roller hockey in the sun, which I enjoyed quite a bit.
You got roller hockey energy.
Yeah,
it's your
roller
vibe.
hockey is fun.
It's pretty good, but.
Connor should look into it. It's a good time.
Yeah, this whole ice hockey thing doesn't work out.
It's chilly.
I think there's some 14-year-olds he can play with some roller hockey.
Hey. It was high school.
Justin Fields dislocated his thumb. We talked about that yesterday. So it's going to be a wait and see to see what kind of grip he can have on the ball by Friday, whether he plays or the backup Tyson Bagent plays. Could use a shake weight, maybe, Justin Fields there to build up the grip on his thumb.
I think his professional, rehab consultants are probably all over that.
Yeah, with a shake weight, most likely. Rangers haven't lost a game in the playoffs. They continued beating the cheating Astros yesterday, 5-4. So they're rolling up 2-0 in that series. Phillies win game 1 over the D-backs yesterday. Big in my household with my wife being from Philadelphia. First pitch of the game, a guy named Kyle Schwarber goes up to the plate, and this happens.
Schwarber ready to lead off. First ball swinging, and there it goes. An ambush by Schwarber, and it's 1-0 Phillies.
Oh, boy.
Aw, Schwarbsters.
Kenzie, you can appreciate this as Case being the White Sox fan in the room and you being the Cubs fan.
Yeah.
So you get former Cubs Schwarber hitting the home run first pitch of the game. Next up, Bryce.
I got pretty adjusted to that last year.
Yeah. Then Bryce Harper comes up, his birthday, who almost became a Cub, being very good childhood friends with Chris Bryant back in the day and almost came here instead of the Phillies. He hits a home run with the first pitch thrown to him. And then former Cub Nick Castellanos goes up. We're only in the second inning by now, and he hits a home run with the first pitch thrown to him.
It's exciting. It's a good time.
Yeah, third home run.
Look at him go.
By the second inning. And Craig Kimbrell got up there to finish off the game at the end, former Cub and former White Sox player.
His bend and snap is those annoying. I can't do it. And I didn't even do well. He did all of that when we had him. I was look at this. You found your groove again. Thanks a lot.
Doing pretty well now. It's unbelievable the amount of former Cubs here in the MLB playoffs for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Hey, it means we have great farm systems.
I
think
we signed Craig Kimbrell when he was a 10-year vet already.
He was already literally in the Hall of Fame, guaranteed.
He's already won a World Series with the Red Sox by that point.
Well, I wasn't done with the farm system, and I was like, we got a good picker. We know talent when we see it.
It's all right there.
It's a good sign.
It was very hard for me to swallow last night watching all that. But
is this for Cubs fans going to a high school reunion and everyone is more successful than you?
Yes.
It's we had the same upbringing. We were together once.
Yeah.
Why is it different for you guys?
Weren't we in social class together?
Yeah, what the hell?
God, now you got a trophy? Oh, God. It really was hard. But happy wife, happy life. Megan was happy. Phillies won. So there you go. Tonight again at 7 for that game. Flag football will now be an Olympic sport in 2028.
Hell yes.
It pisses me off.
Oh,
Why?
no.
Why?
Because you don't get to have easier versions of sports in the Olympics. There can't be pickleball and flag football. No, you have to be the best athlete at the hardest version of it.
In the last Olympics, they added 3-on-3 basketball. Does that bother you?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't do that.
3-on-3 you can make the argument be
Unless
tougher
you have
with
to
5.
kill each other. Unless it's to the death. Fine, this is the Olympics.
I don't think it's a Roman Coliseum type
Flag
thing.
football in the Olympics?
That's where we're at. Listen,
No.
It's just something we could all get together and join in and possibly.
I'm allowed to play flag football.
Exactly.
I'm
I
4
think
weeks pregnant.
we should be an Olympian team.
It's not a good look. Across the board.
I like it.
Why?
Because it's fun.
You honestly want to watch a bunch of adults pretend that they're like professional athletes because they're playing flag football?
Every 4 years, I get jacked up to watch handball. You think I'm not going to be excited about flag football, too?
Handball sounds inappropriate. What is that?
It's a sport. It's an Olympic sport.
That sounds a little...
It's nothing weird.
Why don't you?
get what? You get jacked off the handball? What did you say?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 312-591-8300. Let's go. Let's get into it. Your chance to get guaranteed entry to our Halloween bash, our pop-up at the Cubby Bear. It's a free show, but guaranteed entry, well, does exactly what you said. Get you in for sure. With Weathers performing, and they're going to come out Halloween as Green Day and do a whole set as Green Day. We've got the $500 costume contest. So much going on. It's our party to you. It's the first big one of the year before we get to, of course, Thanksgiving and Twisted and all your stuff we have planned for you. So
It's really a kickoff. It's such a few, fun months. It's the best to do.
Yeah.
Spooky Halloween, Thankful November, and cheery December.
I like how that went. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
312-591-8300. Call now to compete to win those and clash with Kenzie. Also, one more thing for sports I didn't get to with the Bears-Vikings game last weekend. We've talked about the Texas Rangers baseball team using Creed higher to inspire them since at the All-Star break last year, they were just miserable until they finally played well enough to make the playoffs. Now they're undefeated in the playoffs because of Creed. Found out that Kirk Cousins and the Vikings listened to Creed before the Bears game, and then they ended up beating the Bears. Now, in case you don't know what Creed sounds like, here's Kenzie singing
Oh my
wonderful
God.
rendition.
Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Did I do the whole thing? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? I hate that. All those people on Facebook were like, her voice is the worst. I get it. I've never heard it before, and now I understand what you're saying.
Would you do a whole version of that song?
Would I do a whole version? For what? We're to play back me for 3 minutes?
If you sing the whole song, I will play the whole song of you doing it.
But why would I want that?
I don't know. I'm just
I
asking.
don't like that clip
because
playing. What about that offer is enticing to me?
I think the listeners love it, and it's just that you don't like it.
I don't think the listeners love it, and I think that's kind of mean to do to them.
Well, you can check in as well as they're calling in to compete with Kenzie.
Please don't hurt my feelings.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Indeed, here we go for a chance at guaranteed entry at the Q101 Halloween Bash pop-up, which is free, but guaranteed entry for show gets you in the Cubby Bear because the line always stops at some point, and you get VIP treatment, go inside for Weathers. They're going to be Green Day for Halloween, and a $500 prize for the costume contest.
For me as a female, I just need to know if there's going to be a line at Halloween based on the costume. You're trying to carry a coat all night. That sucks.
No, that would ruin the costume.
Well, yeah, it's going to affect it unless you're Sherlock Holmes. You got to think outside the box if you don't have guaranteed entry.
Gotta say, I haven't seen a female Sherlock Holmes going around the Halloween costume contest lately, but
And that's a damn shame, by the way.
I think I'm fine without it.
Oh,
we can
all
move
right.
forward. I'm sure a lot of Barbies this year will be nice.
Sorry, I respect a woman in that trench coat.
Power move.
Yeah. A woman in power.
Yeah.
Woman in STEM.
Sherlock Holmes was powerful?
Well, yeah, you're a powerful
He's one of
mind.
the smartest
oh my
detectives
God,
ever.
What? He's incredible.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's a smart detective, but did he have any kind of real power in life?
He solved the world's crimes.
Well, the guy that's
Sorry that's nothing to you.
That's not much. Patrick is checking in to take on Kenzie. Now, this is the Patrick that an hour ago dropped $300 for God Bless the Gravy. We just discovered that before we even brought him up here. So congratulations. You are competing, and thank you so much for helping create 900 meals for the Greater Chicago Food Depository, Patrick. We appreciate you. Hello, Patrick.
course.
You're
No
on the air,
problem.
buddy.
Awesome. Glad to be here.
All
I love
right.
you guys so much.
We got so many texts asking if Patrick was single after that message. He is not, because I messaged him asking. Because I love playing matchmaker. Let me tell you. He says he is a beautiful woman and is not single.
Is that true?
This is true, and I do remember, I believe it, what happened to Justin when he was on your show and you guys were doing matchmaking for him.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
no, we're not doing that again. But what you did do is spur a bunch of people to donate. We got Erica, Hillary, Jana, Eric, Jackie. It all took it up over $1,000 now we are because of all those extra
there you go.
donations. And you started that, Patrick, an hour ago. So we appreciate you.
Awesome. That feels really good.
Yeah, see? It feels good to give and donate and help out. Feels good. Now, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails right now. 3, 2, 1, call it.
Heads.
It's tails. Kenzie goes first.
Loser. No.
All right, Kenzie. Question number 1. What bean company shares a name with a president's name? Bean company.
Bean company
Bean.
shares a name with? Oh, Bush.
Bush.
Bush beans.
Bush beans, baby.
Classic.
Good
nice.
stuff. Patrick, what 3-letter word stands for a small opening and a clothing store?
Gap.
Gap is right. We got 1 to 1. Kenzie, what's the capital of Wisconsin?
Madison?
Madison's right.
Oh,
Good job. You didn't feel confident about that one, did you?
no.
It sounded like you were going to throw up when you answered it.
Because I hate when everyone's like, how would you not know that? It stresses me out. Everybody yells at me. Sorry.
It's okay. You got it right. We're at 2-1.
Yes, and back to Patrick.
Patrick, what show were the boy band One Direction discovered on?
Oh, God. I am not brushed up on my early Disney shows.
3.
Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush. Well, at least you guessed. Kenzie?
One Direction was found on X Factor.
X Factor is right.
A Simon Cowell creation.
Yes, he strikes again.
Yeah, that devilish man.
Let's see here. 3 to 1.
Yes, and back to Kenzie. She's ahead.
Kenzie, aerophobia or aviophobia is the irrational fear of what?
I'm going to guess flying.
Flying's right.
Okay.
There you go. Back to Patrick. We need one here, buddy. In what Texas city?
thank you.
In what Texas city will you find the famous Alamo? 3, 2,
The Alamo.
1. It's not Houston. After the buzzer was not Houston. Kenzie, this is for the win.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Well, now I feel guilty because it's San Antonio.
It is San Antonio.
I'm Duncan, baby.
That's the only time those horns have been played after San Antonio. It's normally not a big celebration. Yeah.
Kenzie,
Guess who remembers the Alamo? This chick right here.
who knew? Who knew? Who knew
Got
she?
2000 remembers the Alamo.
Who knew Kenzie knew Remember the Alamo and the British are coming?
Oh my God.
She knows all the hits.
She knows all the things that saved America, or at least.
I'm all A-side, baby.
Oh, Patrick, I'm so sorry.
Well, here's what we're going to do, though.
Oh,
Because
boy.
Patrick, listen,
I'm listening.
has been an awesome person today. Donated $300, 900 meals. He's not walking away empty-handed. We're not doing that. He's obviously getting the tickets.
Oh, look at that. What a heartwarming moment. Patrick,
Oh, that is so awesome, guys.
you've got the guaranteed entry passes for the Q101 Halloween Bash anyway, which is 1 week from Friday, so we'll see you there. What's going to be your Halloween costume? Do you know it yet?
I have not decided yet. Usually I'm a pirate, but I got to change it up sometime.
Oh.
Just here comes
Pirate
Patrick.
Patrick.
Oh, Pirate's Patrick. Patrick's a pirate every year.
Maybe you should leprechaun it, Patrick.
What do you think of that,
Well, the
Patrick?
red hair helps.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
halfway there.
There we go.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
Hey, don't worry. If you like free stuff, like Patrick and Brian and Kenzie, coming up at 8, Bert Kreischer tickets, The Machine at the United Center. We'll have tickets for that at 8 a.m. coming up here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. As we mentioned, those Bert Kreischer tickets coming up at 8 a.m. Right here. All you got to do is be here. You don't need to know any code or anything like that. We'll just tell you to call. It's super easy to see The Machine. So, got a news story here from Indiana. Apparently, the Kool-Aid Man challenge is causing havoc in the region where 4 kids have been arrested because of it. Actually, the news story will tell the whole deal where they interview a woman.
Hooligans.
Damn kids out there.
Damn kids.
So they broke her fence, just so you know. The Kool-Aid Man challenge.
Well, that would piss me off.
I got to admit, listen, being a kid and doing stupid stuff is fun, but you break a fence by running through
Those
it.
are expensive.
Oh, like Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid Man did, like Kool-Aid, and it runs through, and then they film it or whatever.
He used to say, "Oh yeah," that's what he did, right?
I thought he yelled Kool-Aid.
No.
Did he yell Kool-Aid?
I think he used to yell, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, watch the
Yeah,
video.
it was "Oh yeah," because then I remember there was a video once of Dane Cook going, "Oh no, why are you breaking my wall down?" Do you hear that?
I do remember that.
Oh no.
So let's go to Fox for the news story about Northwest Indiana and these damn kids breaking fences, because when they interview this lady, she's gold.
The second weekend when the officer came to tell me my fence was damaged, the entire panels, the top, everything was gone.
Apparently, teens in Northwest Indiana and the south suburbs are stirring up trouble. They're trying to recreate the destruction of those 80s Kool-Aid commercials.
I just love how he goes like, they're stirring up trouble in Northwest Indiana. Damn kids.
Fences are expensive, I gotta be honest.
They really are. Don't do this. We're not condoning this at all, because fences are damn expensive. But anyway, the story continues.
Tia Ewing is live in Sherrillville, where homeowners are trying to put the trend on ice. Tia.
Absolutely, they are. This trend is being recorded for social media, but it's no laughing matter. Several homes here off of 77th Avenue have been targeted, and so far, as a result of it, police are putting out warnings. This throwback.
There you go. You're right. Oh, yeah.
Still trapped, baby.
Kenzie's brain. You know, There you go.
This throwback commercial shows the Kool-Aid Man running through a fence. Teens are now imitating the move.
We gotta stop it there.
God, he was just a menace to society. He broke everything.
I mean, what'd they expect? It finally caught up. They used to say the cartoons made people violent, and the Kool-Aid Man ran through fences all this time. All through the 70s and 80s and 90s, and now the kids finally caught up and did the Kool-Aid challenge, and they're breaking fences. Of course it happened. Of course they copied it. All right, here we go.
Move on social media. Homeowners aren't left with a Kool-Aid smile.
The first time this section was out till about here, and the top was loose but still connected.
Shannon Teague and her family live off of 77th Avenue in Sherrillville. Images show her fence was knocked down not just once, but twice.
Think about that.
Oh my God, they came back? Do you know how long it takes to rebuild a fence?
This poor woman.
They just targeted her like 7 weeks later.
This poor woman. Of all random things to happen, somebody ran through her fence.
Twice.
She rebuilt the damn fence. She rebuilt it. Sat there, watched the guys go out there, planned for guys to come do it. Waited.
Unbelievable. They should have called the company again and be like, listen, you're not going to believe this. But they're coming back as Kool-Aid Man again.
Look, I know you guys were just here.
Oh, my God.
Can you swing back through? No, ma'am. We fixed the fence. We're not going.
Do you know how long it takes? Like, I wanted to get my little front patio area done. I was like, I gotta. You know, wait 7 weeks for them to come. Like, this is like, oh, come on.
Oh, my
I was
goodness.
gonna hang wreaths off of that for Christmas.
If you're listening and you're this woman, please call up. We want to talk to you at 312-591-8300. Listen to the report again.
Loose, but still connected.
Shannon Teague and her family live off of 77th Avenue in Sherrillville. Images show her fence was knocked down not just once, but twice.
I mean, come on.
This poor woman. Damn you.
Oh, my God.
What did the kids say? This was a perfect Kool-Aid challenge fence? We went through once, easy, didn't hurt ourselves. We're going to go through again?
There's got to be more fences.
Don't do this, damn it. All right, the story continues.
You can't really tell. You see a little dent there, but nothing much.
Right, we got lucky. I've seen some of the other homes in the area that, they just went down the line.
10 minutes away is Dyer, Indiana, where police there put out this warning to residents about the Kool-Aid Man challenge.
Oh, my God. It's just so frustrating. Like, poor Chicago and the warnings they have to deal with. And then this place is like, the kids are at hand. They're just running through walls.
They're doing active shooter challenges at the high school.
I love small town police departments. And this is the stuff they have to worry about. It's like, we're in Chicago. We got real threats going on. They're like, hey, Kool-Aid Man challenge is coming to your neighborhood. Batten down the hatches.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. They're running through everything out here.
If you live in the region and you can please screenshot the police alert for the Kool-Aid Man challenge in your neighborhood.
Do you think it pops up on your phone like it does, like when something horrible happens
that
in the
EAS
city?
That EAS test a couple weeks ago.
Pops up. Do you think there's ever a warning like fence recently destroyed? It's horrible.
What are you supposed to do? Shelter in place? Like, what do you do when... Do you guard your fence?
Stand your ground law. It's Indiana, baby.
Okay.
Look out.
The news story continues from Indiana.
Saying in the last several weeks, homeowners have found their fences knocked down, and they believe teens are the culprits.
Damn teens. By the way, that picture there it's a Ring doorbell camera like 3 a.m. of kids running through her fence.
Taking down someone's fence intentionally could come with criminal charges for trespassing and destruction of private property.
Damn right.
And a teen's parent can be sued.
Ooh, they can sue the parents. Ooh.
Oh, this is where the ass whoopings kick in for your kids.
No kidding.
Would bring a lawsuit and you would proceed and show that you had this damage and what it took to fix it.
What would you say to the person or people that's going around doing this?
If they're that bored, I've got chores. They can come over.
That's nice. The woman seems like good spirits for her fence being destroyed twice.
I think she's like, when you laugh because you're holding back tears?
Or anger. Yeah.
And it like slowly leads into like an insane. She's like, they could just come help me clean up the fence if they're bored.
Let's hear it again, see if we get that vibe now.
And be sued.
You would bring a lawsuit and you would proceed and show that you had this damage and what it took to fix it.
What would you say to the person or people that's going around doing this?
If they're that bored, I've got chores. They can come over.
I told you.
Definitely has the psycho.
Break. That is a woman that is she's
on the verge, baby.
Yes, she's at the very end of her rope.
Rightfully so. Her fence got knocked down twice.
Oh my God.
This poor lady.
Do you understand what I would be on TV saying? I would lose my job. I'd be like, F your kids. They're not the future. I'd be in so much trouble.
I know where you live.
Oh my God.
219 checked and they said, great, now I have to build a fence around my fence.
Oh, jeez. Okay, there's a little bit more to the story here before we finish up from Fox.
Well, the good news for Teague is that her fence was able to be popped back into place. But of course, I had to consult an expert on this to see just how much this would cost your average homeowner. I called Sam Moore with Seymour Fencing. He told me the cost could be anywhere.
Wait. Sam Moore for Seymour Fencing. That's clever. We did with his name there. Sam.
Your average homeowner. I called Sam Moore with Seymour Fencing. He told me the cost could be anywhere from $250 up to $1,000. As for Dyer Police, they put out a warning asking anyone if this has happened to you and you have video to make sure to give them a call. Live from Sherrillville, Indiana, Tia Ewing, Fox 32 Chicago.
Right, thanks for your report there. Appreciate it, Fox. Check it in there.
God.
What's going on in Dyer and Sherrillville in the Northwest Indiana area. If you're one of these people out there, please check in at 312-591-8300.
I would lose. They're saints because I would lose my mind if someone did this to my house.
Don't do this. This poor woman twice, let alone once.
What? Why are you raising your hand? What's going on?
Sorry. Case
You
producer
ran
here.
here like the Kool-Aid man. What's going on?
Case just ran through like, yeah.
What's going on, Case?
I had to stop to let everybody know that on line 2 right now is Shannon from Indiana. She said she just got a text from her friends that they're talking about her fences that have been destroyed. Shannon is on line 2.
Oh, my God, Shannon.
Shannon.
Welcome to the show.
Hello. Good morning.
Oh, my God. We're so sorry this happened to you.
Twice.
Twice, yes. 2 weekends in a row. Same pair of officers came to my door and said, hey, your fence is damaged. So, it was a lovely wake-up twice.
Do you know why they're targeting your fence? Do you know what is going on?
I happen to live on a really busy street, and I'm a corner house, so I'm an easy target.
Okay.
Wow, you sound pretty cheerful for what's happened and the money you've lost fixing your fence up here.
We got lucky. We got extremely lucky that we were able to just pop it back in and go about our day.
Have you considered putting like barbed wire on the outside? Or just anything? I would be evil about this.
The thought has crossed our minds, but no, we just popped them back in and, went about our day.
Oh, you're a really good person.
You really are.
Shannon, is your whole neighborhood being terrorized by this, or is it just sort of your house?
No, it's the entire area. 3 different towns were hit.
Oh my God, it's like a tornado.
This has to be
Right. No, it was the first morning it happened. It was our house and 3 others, I believe. And then by the next weekend, I believe there were 10 to 15 houses that were hit.
10 to 15?
Correct, yep.
Don't they have concussions? How are they doing this?
Right, you would think after busting through all those fences. No, apparently they had enough energy to keep going.
I mean, can the Bears get these kids on the team?
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, jeez.
Right.
Holy cow. So these kids, I guess 4 kids have been arrested. Are these the kids that messed up your fence?
I don't know yet. I was planning to call and find out, but my guess is they're teenagers. They're not going to cop to anything more than they've been, already caught.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
Can you imagine
say,
going to
hey,
jail?
I did even more.
Can you imagine going to jail? Some big guy walks up to you. Oh, what are you in for? Kool-Aid challenge?
Right.
Twice.
Yeah, repeat offender.
That's where they get you.
Oh, Shannon, you need to go to court, like the courtroom of the hearing. And when these kids all go up there, you just give them that like stare, the eye look thing. Like you point to your eyes and point to their eyes.
When they get convicted, she needs to go, oh, yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, if you just joined us, we played the news audio of a story in Northwest Indiana, and it was all about the kids doing the Kool-Aid challenge, breaking this poor woman's fence, not once, but twice.
I can't believe they went back to her. That's just evil.
Which means they run through the fence like the Kool-Aid man and go, oh, yeah, and break a real person's fence. And this was Shannon, a wonderful person who just called up after her friend said they're talking about you on the radio. So she called up, and she's a great lady. Does not deserve this.
No, and she was so much nicer about it than I would be.
Oh, my God.
Oh
my
I would
God.
ruin these kids' lives.
Oh,
I'm telling
my-
you, like the bear traps that would be laid outside, like lose a foot. Like, oh, whoopsie.
A lot of people from Northwest Indiana checking in saying, so now I need to build a fence around my fence to protect my fence? Yes,
Somebody
you do.
said build a moat.
Put gators in it?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. What else on the text line, Kenzie?
Well, a lot of people, like an aggressive amount of people, believe Seymour Fencing is behind it. It's a conspiracy theory that they're destroying their own fences.
Well, if we get a representative from Seymour Fencing to call up and say you are not a part of this, it would be a nice little conspiracy. Send the kids out there.
Let's get really newsy for a second. Seymour Fencing has yet to reply.
Oh, boy.
It's an alleged...
Listen, we like both sides of the story. Just like there's we're journalists.
We'll give them a chance to respond.
Also, Adam checked in from the region in Indiana and said, I went to high school with Shannon. Wonderful person.
Oh, she sounds delightful.
She really does. Cares about others more than herself, that's for sure. She's worried about her neighbor's fences more than hers because hers allegedly just kind of popped back in but still needed to call a fence company. So don't do that. Don't do that, kids. Look at the trauma. They've been arrested. So they got a record now. We'll see. We'll follow that story, too, on what their punishment is.
I know. I'm very curious because of the juvenile action, what goes down.
Well, it's one thing you can do when you're a kid. They can say, like, well, they're just kids going around doing stuff, and they don't know, having fun. And we've all done some things when we were kids we shouldn't have done. But it could be up to $5,000 damage with a fence breaking through. They're 15. I guess they're 15 and 16-year-old kids. They were taken into custody.
You know what? Old enough.
You're old enough today, especially,
You're 2
to know.
years away from being able to vote. You can't be jumping through people's fences.
Yeah, you can go in an army. Go get there. You can't get a beer, but you can go fight for this country. You know what's going on when you're running through a fence.
Oh, my God.
You know it costs money.
It does cost money.
Yeah. They were later released to the custody of their parents, though, by the way. So they're not like in jail.
Well, hopefully those parents are whooping some ass because I would have rather been in jail than go home to my parents after that.
No
for
kidding.
Sure.
Not in that world of you know what? You're special and you can run through any fence you want. Hopefully that's not the parent that's
You're like,
stealing.
well, it showed a lot of tenacity to make it through 15 fences.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.